Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Gundarks, Twi'leks, Toydarians, my favorite race of all, with basics, humans, Bib Fortunas, Lobots, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Welcome to another exciting episode of my YouTube exclusive show for the New Force Order, TaTOYine. It's where I get to discuss all of my fun, exciting, wonderful toys that I've spent hours procuring and admiring and liking and fighting with my wife for more space in the house. As usual, I'm joined by my NFL brothers. One of them is in spirit and the other is in flesh and blood. Our Sith Force Ghost, Darth Spiridon, is unable to join us this evening yet
Siths
again.
can't be fourth ghost, brother. You know
I know, but he's somewhat light sided, so we're all right. I think we're losing our brother to the Homeboy 88 podcast. Fuck that guy. Anyway, but with me tonight, as always, is my stitch 'em up brother, the man who needs no introduction, the man who's more Greek than Zordos olive oil.
that. And a shitty Star Trek podcast.
The shitty Star Trek podcast. We love you, Triple D. Dip those donuts, brother. The professional wrestler extraordinaire le champion, the Greek guy Papadon.
Hey
Tonight,
yo.
hey yo.
Hey yo.
That's not the same without Spiro.
I know.
The four lives and the hey yos, it's not the same. Anyway, tonight we will be venturing back down the path of the Black Series. And I didn't say Black Hole. Relax, Papadon. I know you get excited over there. You can put the olive oil away. I said Black Series.
Gotcha.
Okay. As we know, we're in the 40th anniversary of The Empire Strikes Back this year, and they're really making a really big blitz to push out all this ESB merchandise, which I have no problem with because it's filling some of the holes, wink, wink, that we have not had in the collection prior. So we're going to go over something that tonight that was released kind of almost piggyback to each other, which I kind of disagree with, but I bought regardless. So these two specific pieces we're about to go over actually weren't even supposed to be released until October, but somehow in the magic of Hasbro, which they do this to us all the time, they solicit something for October and suddenly you buy it on their website and then suddenly you see it at Target or at Walmart or RIP Toys R Us a month after you pre-ordered and 2 months before it was supposed to come out. So it's hard to say if Target fucked up or Walmart fucked up, put stuff out early. But usually, if you scan these things, they are come up with a warning saying unable to be sold until X amount of time, which has happened to me in the past before. But these sold no problem. So I guess they were due out, but again, not supposed to be out till October. So the first one is going to be the 40th anniversary, Luke Skywalker in Dagobah fatigues. So this is again on that vintage Empire Strikes Back card. It's got ESB on top over there, and it says Luke Skywalker Dagobah. And if you look at our buddy Luke over here, he has got over here. He's got his Dagobah fatigues on. They're all dirtied up. They're nasty. This is after his before his Cloud City battle over here. After he came out of the X-wing. He has his bare arms here. And one thing that really looks terrible is articulation on bare arms. So if you look at that, you can really see the groove in the arm and it looks kind of shitty. It never looks good. They have to figure out a better way. Even if they lose the joint in the elbow to bend it up, you have to figure out a better way how to fix that because it looks really terrible. Luke looks particularly skinny. Like he needs like some fucking cheeseburger at a TaTOYine in the box over there because he's super skinny. I mean, almost to the point where he looks like very effeminate in his dress over here. His pants aren't quite as high in the figure as they are in the production art over here. But still good representation. And that face technology, Pop, if you take a look at that, I mean, spot on for our boy Mark Hamill in Empire Strikes Back.
Kind of looks like Luke Skywalker.
It looks
A young fluke.
Pretty close to Mark Hamill. So, I mean, Spot, he comes with his lightsaber. He comes with his blaster. He's gotten a holster for the blaster, which is, we really didn't see him using the blaster very often in Dagobah. So it's kind of odd that he came with that. You would say, oh, why doesn't he come with Yoda in a backpack? Because, they have him sitting there with Yoda in a backpack on the production art here. That makes a shit ton more sense to me if they did that. But no, they didn't. Or did they? Here is the second release, which is the same exact figure. But this one is a little bit different. On the back, this one says, this is again Black Series, number 4 of the deluxe line. The Mandalorian was in there, the heavy armor Mandalorian, the General Grievous, and then there was the probe droid, which was the third. Hello there.
General Kenobi.
So this is the deluxe set that won the fan vote. The Luke Dagobah won the fan vote. So they were like, oh, we'll release it, but let's give it to the deluxe. We'll put a new Yoda. We'll do the bag. We'll do the cane. We'll do a few tricks inside here. So the back of this one says Yoda, Luke Skywalker, and Yoda Jedi training. Commemorate the 40th anniversary of The Empire Strikes Back with Luke and Yoda figures. At the urging of Obi-Wan Kenobi, Yoda agreed to instruct Luke developing his Jedi abilities. So on the back, you have that classic photo of Yoda in the backpack with Luke. As you could see that over there, you could see him kind of staring. He's telling him what, Bob?
That's not my lightsaber.
Yeah. He's telling him,
lightsaber, that's not.
Loosen up your ass cheeks, you must. I have no lube on this. I have no lube on this planet. Feel the Force enter you. Yeah, that's kind of nasty Yoda jokes.
Bind you, penetrate you.
Yeah, it's gonna bind you. All right, you won't ship for a week. So, this Yoda included in this pack is a little bit different than the Yoda that we had gotten previously. So, I'm going to show you my custom Yoda that I had made a couple weeks ago. And if you look at this custom Yoda compared to this Yoda here, the first thing you'll notice, this head, by the way, is not a standard head. This is a head that I had somebody casted and I painted. I even got real life like hair on the back. It looks like Bernie Sanders, which is amazing. So if you look, the head is different. The head is different than the regular release. The regular release head looks kind of shitty. It looks fairly. I have it somewhere along over here. I don't know exactly where it is, but it looks kind of crappy. Doesn't really look like Yoda. This head looks much more like Yoda than the previous one. As you can see him over there, he looks a little more spot on to what we know Yoda to look as Yoda the puppet. The other thing you notice is that he's about 30% shorter than he was in this release over here. So I think they oversized Yoda when they initially made him in the Black Series because he looks a little bit big. And now the reason why they scaled him back down is for the following, is because Yoda actually can go into that pack that's sitting right there with Luke. So you could actually peel off Yoda's legs. I'm gonna do one of the sacrilegious things in the world over here right now. Don't tell anybody, but I'm gonna open this up, which I don't usually open. Usually don't open my Black Series, but I'm curious because I may get a second one of this one because it's such an iconic moment in the Star Wars universe. But it's hard just to have one. Oh, and he also has a meditation head. I didn't even realize he has a meditation head there. Look at that. That's pretty sweet. Which kind of negates my meditation.
No, that's just too sweet. Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
You are correct. Which is a little bit different than my meditation head. If you look at it, they're similar but different nonetheless on that over there. Luke also comes with an extra pair of hands. These are the Force handstand hands, and from what I heard, if you pull them out of there, he can actually do the handstand pose pretty readily, which is pretty awesome because he's balanced like everything must be. So if you're looking at the two Yodas now combined, this one looks like massive. Yeah, it looks massive compared to the other one. But this is theoretically more in scale with the Star Wars figures on this line than this Yoda is over here. So they really went back to the well and they redid the whole Yoda figure because they said to themselves, well, it really doesn't fit in long over there. So you don't take his legs off. You actually just stuff poor Yoda right inside the bag, and now he's ready to go. Look at him. Strap the bag on. He can give you his little lightsaber trick.
Don't know what that means. I got 37 kids.
Yeah, exactly. You never strap the bag on ever. And you can wrap him up over there, and he's
What I
going
just
to
said.
chill in the back, poking Luke in the back with his lightsaber.
Back of the yak with the Mac.
Exactly. He comes with his cane. He comes with the extra head, like I said, the meditation head, so he can reach out with the Force and lift the X-wing. And Luke comes with his lightsaber, his gun, and also his handstand hands, which will be important if you would like to pose him in those very exciting poses that he does on the planet Dagobah. This one comes in the really retro vintage packaging, which again got the racing stripes down the side, similar to some of the figures they released in the past, like the kind of the box figures that they had, like the Wampa and Jabba and stuff like that. The Luke without Yoda retails for $20. The Luke with Yoda retails for $44.99, but it should retail for around $39.99. And currently at retailers like Target and Walmart. I picked up this one at Target and this one also at Target. I found this is the only one out of the 5 that are going to get released, which are going to be Boba Fett, Vader, Chewie, and the Snowtrooper, and this Luke. The rest of them are sold out, which is kind of odd because, you know, this is one of the more popular characters. You figure you see Chewie and the Imperial Snowtrooper warming the pegs, as they say. But they're 2 figures that I am excited to have in my collection. I put all my Black Series up on my wall over here. They're all in star cases, all displayed because the cases and the backs are just too beautiful to rip open and pull them out of there. But that's TaTOYine this week, boys. You know, excited to store these away and one day display my whole inbox Black Series collection the way they should be.
How's that?
Hard and fast, like I like my women. That didn't make any sense. Yeah. Anyway, guys, if you want to see more of Doc's collection, you can look up past episodes of TaTOYine. We have them in the YouTube archives. We have them also in some of the podcast archives. This is best viewed with your eyes, obviously, because I can't explain the wonder that is Hasbro. You can find us collectively at Official New Force Order on Facebook, at NFO_podcast on Twitter, at New Force Order on Instagram. You can email us your suggestions for anything on the show you'd like, your answers to Who's Moreover, your questions for toys, your TaTOYine requests, your, hey, I found this news article. This looks pretty cool. You guys should talk about this, or anything else you'd like to, at our official email address. And that's going to be newforceorder@yahoo.com. You can find me at Dr. Dr_Destroyo, DESTRROYO on the gram of Insta, Alex Royo MD on Twitter, and Alex Royo on Facebook. You can find my very swarthy, handsome guest, Papa Don, on all his social media platforms. Greek God Papa Don on Twitter, Greek God Papa Don on Instagram, Greek God Papa Don in the back pages of Craigslist.
No.
His Pro Wrestling Tees store, Pro Wrestling Tees / guess what? Greek God Papa Don. For all your Pro Wrestling Tees needs, with his likeness, his beautiful mug on there. Please buy a t-shirt. He has 55 kids to support. You can also find my good friend on his other podcast with Ben Hameen, Big Sal Graziano, and the ever-loving Stevie Richards, the Conspiracy Horsemen, where they talk shit about COVID and other 5G and fun stuff like that. Actually, it's cooler stuff than that. Please support us on our own social media links. Buy a t-shirt, buy a mug. You can find our boy Spiro at Darth Spiridon, at Handsome Reaper Productions, and at, most importantly, Rational Rage, which is his new YouTube show, which if you really want to see Spiro in full form, in his full power, that's where it's at. This has been another exciting episode of TaTOYine. Boys and girls, please keep your toys close, but keep your girls closer. Yeah, Papa Don's nodding at my new slogan. And if you don't like that, we got 2 words for you. Buy a shirt. And that's just Toy Sweet.